Welcome back. Cost of doing business in Nigeria may rise as experts have warned that the new CBN interest rate may tighten borrowing for business owners. According to them, the government must create an investment-friendly tax environment to boost the output in the economy. According to World Bank January ratings, Nigeria is ranked 131 among 190 economies in the ease of doing business. The Ease of Doing Business Index ranks countries against each other based on how the regulatory environment is conducive for business. Well, on the show today, we analyze how easy it is to do business in Nigeria with the current state of Nigeria's economy. And let's get talking right away. We have joining us via Zoom, Ifemade Kunat. Ifemade Kunat is an SME developer and personal transformation coach. She joins us now. Hello, Ifemade. Good to have you on board.
Good to be here. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, let's get started. In February, the federal government set another 60-day export action plan as part of its efforts to make it easier for people to do business in the country. While it is the government's 7th 60-day target, government agencies performed poorly during previous 60-day action plans, hence the need for another. Now, what's your assessment of this latest plan? Did we hit the target?
Well, I think we've been, as a nation, generally speaking, there's been a lot of activities around trying to improve the ease of business processes in Nigeria. And like you said, and like we all know, this is the 7th 60-day national action plan towards improving the ease of business in the country. And as it is, I think it's at a completion rate of about 50%. So I would say that it really is a continuous process, right, that cannot be perfectly carried out within a 60-day window. So my assessment would be that we have to ensure, the government has to ensure that there is a continuous, there is a plan for sustainability with all of these regulations and plans around the ease of doing business in order to ensure that we don't end up having a 8th 60-day plan after this. So for me, there has to be a concrete plan for sustainability, even as the plan has been, the National Action Plan for Export has been set on a roll, right? But there has to be a plan for sustainability in order for us to see the changes that we really want to see as a nation.
All right, well, still talking about the action plan, it's targeted at ensuring that perishable agricultural produce earmarked for export are allowed to move freely through our ports. Now, what are the challenges here? Ifemade, can you hear me? Okay, so yeah, we're looking at the ease of doing business in Nigeria, and we have started by talking about the fact that there is an action plan, a national action plan that is a 60-day. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? I can actually hear you very clearly.
Okay, all right. So I was asking you, what's the challenge here, looking at the fact that this particular national action plan is geared towards ensuring that agricultural produce earmarked for export are allowed to move freely through the ports?
Okay, so the major challenges we have right now is the fact that the amount of time it takes for even this export produce to be properly assessed and marked for export. It takes a long time for export business owners to take their produce from Nigeria outside of the country because there are so many checks, right? So some of these checks have to be collapsed to ensure that, especially with agricultural produce, the necessary checks take a shorter period of time, right? To help the business owners, these export business owners, to compress the time and make sure that the perishable goods do not go bad before they actually leave. Of course, if they go bad, they will not leave the shores of the country. There's a lot of bureaucracy around getting your goods approved for exports, the documentation processes involved, the time it takes for the goods to actually be marked for export. So some of these processes add up to the making it difficult for agricultural businesses and other types of businesses to get their products out of the country. So there has to be more ease, right, in this aspect. And also the ease of getting foreign exchange. It's it's not so easy for export-owned businesses, right, to get foreign exchange to facilitate export trade. So some of these things have to continually be looked at, right, in order to ensure that there is improved ease in carrying out export trade in Nigeria.
All right, still looking at this national action plan, should the federal government achieve its desired results, what will be the implication on the Nigerian economy?
Of course, if we get it right this time, end to end, there will be improved exports, right, which will lead to a trade surplus, and that is good for the economy. Okay, the export volume, there'll be an increase in the export volume, the products that are leaving the country, which will lead to a trade surplus, like I just said. It will encourage more youths to actually get involved in the export scene in Nigeria, right? Because the process will be eased through the National Action Plan for Export, right? So more youths will be encouraged to actually get involved in exportation, and it will also increase our foreign exchange earnings as a nation, because we have we'll be able to have a lot of people getting into exports. Our products are, out there in other countries, and foreign exchange earnings will also increase, right? Then export processes for SMEs would be eased as well. So we have more SMEs actually growing because they are able to expand their businesses beyond the shores of Nigeria. So we have, right now, we have companies or businesses staying at the SME position, right, for years, 12 years, 15 years, 20 years, a business is still an SME. Okay, so the ease of doing business, especially as it has to do with exports, if this is properly implemented, right, more businesses would grow, there will be more foreign exchange earnings within the country, and this would generally lead to a better economy.
All right, Ifemade, let's come to you now. Share your experience with us. How has it been for you doing business in Nigeria?
Okay, so I run a company called House Tops Coaching and Consulting, and we basically help SMEs to grow their businesses, right? Help them with setting up structure and organizing their processes in a way that it aids in growth within the company. So as a business in Nigeria ourselves, we face the general challenges that every other business would face, from registering your business to getting the relevant accreditations for your business and keeping up with the ever-evolving regulations. However, one major challenge I would say is actually getting businesses, SME owners, to see the need for mentorship and consulting in key areas of their business. You meet with intending SME owners or business owners that are, that have gotten into the business space, and they do have challenges with developing processes, putting structure in place, but they do not see the need to bring in a coach or a consultant until they actually hit a brick wall. So that has been the major challenge, which we consistently solve by increasing awareness about the need for this sort of services or sort of operations within your business. And we also have discovery calls and free consulting calls for our business owners.
Let me come in here.
Okay.
All right, so what would you term a holistic approach to achieve the much needed ease of doing business? What would be that approach that will ensure that we see change, immediate one?
Okay, so to judge the ease of doing business index, there are certain indices that are put into consideration. So I would say looking into each and every one of these indices, from registering the business, the ease of registering the business, to getting electricity, that's another indices. What does it take to do all of these things? Looking at the 11 indices that are being judged for the ranking, ease of business ranking, and then asking ourselves, what have been the challenges so far? And then how can we get over these challenges? What systems must be put in place? Which MDAs are actually responsible for properly implemented? We need more accountability The government has to set clear goals, set up accountability systems, and be more transparent with the process.
All right, Ifemade, thank you so much for your thoughts. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on the show. And still to come after the break, oil's rally fizzled following a report that OPEC members are exploring the idea of exempting Russia from its oil production deal. Details in a moment. Stay with us.